Right then, guys, just a quick video for you regarding some news that's also come out after the Arne Slot press conference, touching on Darwin Nunes, for instance, Mo Salah, Wataru Endo, and then we've got a few transfer rumours regarding Nico Williams and Jeremie Frimpong, and an update on that wafer guy from yesterday. But before I get to that, guys, if you do like this video, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment to leave me your thoughts down below in the comment section. But yeah, right, guys, when I get kicked off into this, I want to give a massive shout out to Gav. He's the guy who basically sends me stuff when I'm at work and I miss it. I appreciate Gav so much. You know, he's always on top of everything and making sure that I also don't miss a thing. So yeah, I appreciate Gav so much for that, mate. Thank you so much. Right, guys, firstly, let's touch on the stuff that came out after the Arne Slot press conference yesterday. I've just done my reaction to that. If you've not watched it, go give it a look. So, talking about Darwin Nunes, I'm just going to go to the quotes here. And he basically has said that he's already spoken to Nunes and that he's excited to get working with Nunes when he comes back from the Copa America. So, Slot's comments on him are: I assume he will fit really well into this playing style because I like him. I've told him already. He is one of the players I've spoken to. He might have had some struggles with finishing opportunities, but he came a lot of times into those positions, which is something I mentioned over the whole of last season. Like, yeah, he might be missing the opportunities, but which is the easiest thing to do. But he's doing the hard bit, which is getting into them positions that's making him available for the opportunity. Do you know what I mean? I think if he was playing and not having an opportunity, I think I'd be a bit more worried about it. So, going on to say, I think he can fit really well, but it's a normal at a club like this that there are many more players who can play in his position. It's clear for him which position he is going to play, which I am presuming is the number 9. It's clear for me as well, and me telling him made it clear for him. I just told him that from what I saw, he played multiple positions and what position I see him playing. So I think that's pretty good, that where, like, you know, we've seen Nunes play out on the left and as a number 9, and I think even though Slots basically spoke to Klopp and got some ideas from him, I do think it's kind of interesting and good as well that he's basically come forward and said, no, you may have played out on that left wing for Jurgen Klopp, but for me, I see you as my number 9, and you're going to play down the middle no matter what. Or he might have said out on the left wing, whichever, I don't know. But just, you know, he's said that. And I think we've got to look at, and we've referenced this many times before, guys, that Jimenez guy over at Feyenoord, he apparently was absolute garbage for a bit, yeah? Was going to be sold, loan out, whatever. Arne Slot got a hold of him, and he went and had like one of the best seasons ever. I think he scored like 40 odd goals or something. Yes, it's the Dutch league, whatever, right? But it was the things that Slot did outside of finishing that made him a better finisher. Have something to do with how he ran, you know, his running technique. He got him to watch stuff like that. He got him to watch videos and paused it at the time when he was about to shoot and asked him what was wrong with his body alignment and stuff like that. So if he can do this with Nunes, I think we are all going to be surprised with how good Nunes can do next year, and we might see the full potential of Darwin Nunes next year. I really do, guys. So that, I think that's a positive for me, taken from that. The other thing that came out after the press conference that I think is worth touching on was this Mats Wifer. You know, we spoke about him yesterday. Basically, Slot confirmed that he made no attempt to sign him. He went on to say that, no, I haven't spoken to Mats. I would really enjoy seeing him, but I hope he doesn't feel the need to prove too much to his old trainer. And people are taking that as basically saying that, like, he wasn't interested or didn't attempt to bring him to Liverpool. And then on to, before we get to the transfer bit, Mo Salah and Wataru Endo are expected back at the AXA training facility over the weekend. So don't be surprised if you start seeing some posts about them turning up today, probably, in all fairness. So going on to these transfer bits, guys. So I am looking at Jeremie Fringpoong, the first one. So I probably should have done this before I started doing the video, but I'm going to just now load up his stats sheet on Transfer Market. Yep, here we go. So I've got him there, and we'll go for this one as well, for the next player. Not prepared at all here, guys. Sorry about that. So, Jeremie Fringpoong, Sport Build. It's been reported out there by, which website is actually? I don't want to get this mixed up because there's two. Who said this one? Oh, so it was Sport Build that said this one, because there was another one that an English paper was referring to. So Sports Build have basically got this little tiny bit about Jeremie Frimpong and Liverpool, guys. So it goes on to say here, Leverkusen have yet to earn millions. It is possible that Jeremie Frimpong will deliver this. The Dutchman can leave for 40 million euros, which is about 32 million pound. Liverpool and Manchester United, with their Dutch coaches Arne Slot and Erik ten Hag, are also keeping in touch during the European Championships. And that is basically the gist of this, guys. The reports coming from Sports Build is that Liverpool have shown an interest in Jeremie Frimpong, and Arne Slot has kept in touch with the player during the Euros. Now, if you don't know, guys, this guy plays for Bayer Leverkusen. Obviously, they had an amazing season last year. About just everything in general, didn't they? Like, did they nearly go all season unbeaten? I think they did, didn't they? But obviously, I think they ended up losing towards the back end a couple of games, and they got beat in the final of the Europa League by Atalanta. But yeah, this guy's stats for last year, guys, in the Bundesliga, he made 31 appearances, 9 goals, 9 assists. Europa League, 10 games, 3 goals. The German Cup, 6 appearances, 2 goals, 3 assists. He would go towards the homegrown talent as well quota, because he's played for Man City as a youth player, and he also spent a bit of time up in Celtic also. He's 23 years of age. It says here that his position is a right midfielder, but I believe he plays more of a right back. Yeah, he plays right back here a lot of the time as well. There was a bit as well when we were talking about him, Xabi Alonso, and how he uses his right back and he potentially spends most of his time very far up the pitch. Now, obviously, Liverpool investing £32 million into a new right back would mean that, for me, that Trent's moving position and going into midfield. Obviously, that's not been confirmed or denied yet. There's nothing to do with that. His contract expires in 2028, but because he has that release clause, he is available for next to nothing for a player of his talent. I could see Man United going for him, because obviously there's question marks around Aaron Wan-Bissaka over there for them. And I would love this guy to come to Liverpool, in all fairness. Especially if we're moving Trent into midfield, we would need somebody other than Conor Bradley to play at right back. For me, in my opinion, anyway. And this guy ticks a lot of the boxes, as I say. Homegrown quota, he would help with that. He's got Champions League experience. He's got Europa League experience. He's just had an amazing season in the Bundesliga, going virtually all season undefeated. And again, as I say, not to repeat myself, but he's available for £32 million. So you can't really, I can't even think what the word I'm going to say. You can't really turn that down, can you? In all fairness. Right, so that was that one, guys, in the Sport Build. This next one, guys, is Nico Williams. Now, the Mirror are basically referencing an article in El Nacional, which I think is a Catalan page. God, tongue-tied this morning. A Catalan paper, just going off the website here, which is .cat. And they are saying that with the departure of Jurgen Klopp from Liverpool, the Reds will start a new project led by Arne Slot. At the moment, the Merseyside team is following in the footsteps of Nico Williams to strengthen the winger position and cover the more than possible vacancy of Luis Diaz. That is why Liverpool have been meddling into Barca's negotiations with Athletic Club to try and convince the young winger. It should be remembered that the Anfield's team interest in Nico Williams is nothing new. They already sounded him out several months ago, but his salary demands ruled out his signing. However, the departure of the Colombian player from Liverpool would open the door to Nico, who is shining in the championships. So, it's very interesting, isn't it, guys, that this Catalan newspaper, who obviously is the mouthpiece, or one of the mouthpieces for Barcelona, is talking about Liverpool's interest in Nico Williams, a player that they're said to be interested in, but are also mentioning how Luis Diaz could potentially move, and we all suspect that Luis Diaz wants to move to Barcelona. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's continue with this one. Nico Williams is at a great level at the European Championship. and Liverpool have reactivated their negotiations with the Athletic Club to acquire the player. It is that a few months ago, sorry, this is translated from Spanish, by the way, if it reads badly. And it is that a few months ago, the Reds tried to convince the player, but they found themselves with very high wage demands from a young player. He asked to be paid the highest in the squad at £300,000 a week, above Alisson or Van Dijk. Faced with this request, the Anfield offices backed down and left the negotiations. Now, with Barca interested in signing Luis Diaz, the Reds have worked hard to respond quickly in the case the Colombian ends up leaving. What else is there here? Hansi Flick has doubts about Nico Williams, it says here. Who was obviously the new manager at Barcelona. And then it just ends up by saying, at the moment, the tender seems to be a competition between Liverpool and Barca, since Chelsea have pulled out of the race for the young player. His buyout clause is €58 million, and Athletic Club will not let him leave for a lower figure. But that, as it may, whoever wins will secure one of the best talents on the world scene for the coming season. So, again, we've got transfer market loaded up here, guys. His contract doesn't expire till 2027. We spoke about this guy on the streams also, guys. Last year in La Liga, 31 games, 5 goals, 14 assists. Copa del Rey, 6 appearances, 3 goals, 5 assists. So in total, guys, he made, for Athletic Bilbao, 37 appearances, 8 goals, and 19 assists, it says here. He predominantly plays, where's this here? He's played 74 games as a right winger, so over where obviously Salah plays. 17 goals, 18 assists. As a left winger, 47 games, 10 goals, 20 assists. And as a left midfielder, just the 2 games. So he seems to be a lot more productive when he plays out on that left wing in a very shorter amount of games as well, I would like to add as well to this. Very, very short amount of games. Nearly 30 less games. He's almost beating the record he's got for that. So yeah, I just thought that was interesting to bring up, guys, that basically the Spanish papers, the Catalonian pages, apologies, are running the story of Liverpool are in for Nico Williams and that Barcelona are basically still interested in Luis Diaz, and that Sport Bild, one of the big papers in Germany, are running a story of Liverpool's interest in Jeremie Frimpong, albeit very, very light. So there you go, guys. That is it for today. If anything else pops up, I'm back with another video. I find it highly unlikely though. But until then, guys, I'll catch you in the next one.